I had actually got to that point, when you're sort of at peace with yourself, of thinking, well, I've done 4 years in prison now. If they pull a fucking gun out and shoot me, well, let's just hope they shoot straight. And I thought, okay, well, you've had a pretty good life, so you don't have to complain about that. And I also thought that, all these thoughts of like going quite randomly, but I also thought my enemies now are theirs. Because the people who could have and should have looked after me and tried to make things better for me in prison, or even get me out of prison, had failed.
Who were those people?
Eli Khalil, his sidekick, Karim Falaha, a guy called Gary Hersham.
Mark Thatcher. They could have cut the check.
Those four. Those were the people who all, one way or another, had represented themselves as being my friends and my comrades in arms. And they'd done nothing.
No money, no help?
Nothing. Not even money for the men's families in South Africa. Which, selfishly, obviously I'd quite like to look after them as well, but selfishly that made my life far more difficult in prison. Because the men were saying, come on, Simon, you're the big man here, you're the leader. Who's looking after our families? There's no welfare in South Africa. So I thought, well, maybe these people here, when we land, won't shoot me. Maybe we'll be able to do a deal. Who knows?
And you did that interview with Channel 4 when you landed?
It was about, I think, 3 days.
Okay.
4 days afterwards.
Your arms are still cut up from those shackles, and
I think I was still wearing them in the interview.
Yeah, you weren't in a good state. I mean, you looked thin and.
Yeah, I was. Well, you do get thin in Chikurubi.
And you spent how long there, at that time in Equatorial Guinea?
18 months.
18 months. And what happened over those 18 months? When did you meet the dictator, the president?
Didn't.
You never?
Never did.
Really?
I was like Sherazade. So I was telling a story each day, and then the next morning I'd get these questions. And I kind of knew they were coming from him.
Okay.
So my interrogators, who were the Attorney General and the General, the one who met me at the bottom of the steps, they were going back each night to the palace and telling the president everything I told him.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.